Hey, it's Terry from Classy Cut Ups Creations. Today I wanted to share with you a card that I made using the new Hey Chick bundle. Now, we already had this a while back for Celebration, this Hey Chick, and I've loved it since we had it, but for some reason they discontinued it. Well, now they brought back the Hey Birthday Chick and the Hey Chick plus dies for each one of them. So that's great news because now I can use it again. All right, so we're going to make a card today. Let me get these out here for a minute. Here. We're going to be making this card today, but we're just going to make it in a different color. It's a birthday card. Hey Chick. Hey Chick. Now, I've used stamps from both sets on this card. And then open it up. Happy birthday. And then there's another little chick down there. Okay, this is just a basic gatefold card. Not hard to do at all. Alrighty, so what we're going to do first is you're going to bring in your scoreboard, or you can use your paper cutter too if it's got a score on there. And you want to come over here and you want to score at 2 1/8. This is 5.5 by 8 1/4, I'm sorry. And so we're going to cut it, or we're going to score it at 2 1/8 on this side. And I like to flip it around and do the 2 1/8 on this side too, just because it always seems to fit better when I do that. So we're going to do 2 1/8 here. Okay. Then you always want the folds. This is the valley. This is the mountain. You always want the mountain on the inside when you fold it. So let's fold this side over, score it and burnish it. And now, see? Just about fits up perfectly that way. All right, I'm going to burnish this side down. Okay, now, let me get this out of here. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and let me show you what we've got here, just in case you want to write down some measurements. Okay. All right, so we've got the basic card front. Remember, I said it was 5.5 by 8 1/2, scored at 2 1/8, flip it around, scored it again at 2 1/8 inches, and then it closes up almost perfectly every time. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is we have these two strips here, and this is the new Oh So Ombre paper. You can get this free out of the Celebration catalog with your $50 purchase. It's great paper. It's got 48 sheets. And let me just show you real quick here. And these are just, I'm just going to flip through some of the designs and colors. It's got Granny Apple Green. It's got Rococo Rose, Bermuda Bay. Let me see what the other ones are. Blackberry Bliss, and then, of course, Whisper White. So it's a good deal. Like I said, 6 by 6, and there are 48 sheets, and it's free. Okay, so I've cut these two strips of the Bermuda Bay down to 2 by 5 1/4. Okay, and those are going to fit on both sides like this. You want to kind of make sure you got the borders kind of even. Looks like I cut it just a little bit too short on the ends, but that's okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue those on. Now, I like to use my multi-purpose liquid glue because I cannot get things on straight to save my life. So get out of there. It's almost empty, I think. Come on. Well, maybe it is empty. All right, we'll just use snail. I got this cool, this is, came from a 3D, or a printer. Is it 3D printer? Yeah, 3D printer. And I went to a class one time, and a lady brought all of us one that she had made on her 3D printer. And this holds your scissors and your glue, and I think it's really cool. I love to use it. Keeps the glue down at the bottom, but like I said, it must be empty now. So I'm going to get my snail here. Not snail, I'm sorry. Stampin' Seal. We have seal now, not snail. Stampin' Seal. This is the this is just the regular one, but you can get the Seal Plus, which is a lot stronger. But I'm just going to use this one right now. So I'm going to just put some on the end here. Put some on the end here. I got to remember to be easy. It's not like the snail was where you had to flick it like that. So I'll put a little bit there. Put a little bit going down there. And did it again. A little bit down there. And I want to open my card up because I want to be able to get equal distance. And I want the ombre look. I want the darker at the bottom and the lighter at the top. So I'm just gonna put it down here. I'm gonna measure up the sides first and then the bottom. Get it over just a little bit. You can, if you don't push it down hard, you can actually move this a little bit at first. So I'm going to have to trim a little bit off my top because I don't like that sticking up like that. Okay, so I'm going to get this piece, and I'm going to get my seal, do the same thing. I'll learn one of these days. At that end, at that end, and I don't use a lot because it stays on really well, and you just don't need it. All right, so I'm going to do this side the same way. I want the darker part at the bottom. I'm going to line up the side here. And you know what? I'm going to turn this over this time because I want it to be even on the bottom. Alrighty, there we go. Excuse my head if it's in the way. Okay. There we go. Perfect. All right. Good deal. All right, so I love to use my bone folder, and I love to just spread it down so that it takes the bubbles out, and it just, even with the liquid glue, it lasts so much longer, and it seals better. Okay, so this is the card now on the outside. Still got the inside. We're going to do that in a minute. Okay, first, now, I've already stamped mine and colored it just to save time, but I'm going to show you what I used. This is from the older set, the Hey Chick. I used that one. And then this is from the newer set, the Hey Chick Birthday, or Hey Birthday Chick, sorry. And I used the Happy Birthday. I used this chick with the cupcake. And then I used this little chick on the inside. Okay, and I colored it with my blenders. I used Bermuda Bay on the cupcake, on the wrapper part, down at the bottom, whatever it's called. I used a Mango Melody on the main part of the chicken, and then I used Cajun Craze on his, I call it his hair. I don't know what it's called, but I called it his hair. And then I stamped it in, this is chocolate, so I used, what did I use? Early Espresso. And so I used Early Espresso to print that, stamp it as well. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and we are going to use the Stampin' Seal again. Put a little bit on there. A little bit on there. Normally I would be using my little mat, but it's dirty right now and I didn't take time to wash it off. It keeps the glue from sticking all over the place. Okay, so this one here, actually, let me tell you, this one here is cut at 2.5 by 3. 2.5 by 3. And then the mat is cut at 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. 3 1/4, 2 3/4. And I'm just gonna fit that right on there. Really quickly. A little bit more down at this end. Yeah, let it stick a little too long here. Okay, let's try it this way. And get that even, get that even. Okay. There we go. See, there's a lot of things I cannot do. I cannot get this even either, usually. So what I do, I mean, it's no big deal. I'm just going to take my trimmer, and I'm just going to trim a little bit of this off on this side, and a little bit of this off on this side, and then my borders will be the same. Okay? I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to go ahead and finish the card here for you. All right, so this is going to go on the outside. Remember, we have this one over here. And It opens up like this. So I'm going to go ahead. Now, you want to make sure that you only put whatever you use, glue, Stampin' Dimensionals, snail, whatever you put, you want to only put it on this side because that's going to sit down here. And if you have it on both sides, it's not going to open. So you want to get it, make sure you get it on one half, and then it won't stick to this half. Okay, so I always kind of eyeball it and look to see where I think the middle is. So I'm going to just put this like right here. And it doesn't have to be right on the middle either. You just don't want to go over the middle. Okay, put a little bit here and here. Put a little bit more because this one kind of moves a lot. Okay, so I only got it on half. Okay, and then I'm going to line this up in the middle of my card here. I want to try to get equal border again on both sides. There we go, and put it down. And then I want to take my bone folder again because, like I said, I like to have a good seal on there. Okay, and then I can open up and, oh, I did get it a little far over there, but that's okay. I can get that off. You won't be able to see it. Okay, so now for the inside, I've got another piece of Whisper White that's 3 3/4 by 5. And I've got a Bermuda Bay panel that's 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, I've already stamped it. I've used the Happy Birthday out of the Hey Birthday Chick stamp set. And I think I already told you I used the Hey Chick out of the older one. I just love that Hey Chick. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to adhere these together. I already stamped this. I'll go ahead and color it real quick. Okay, so I got my light and dark Mango Melody here. And I like to take the dark first. It's kind of little, so you're probably not even going to be able to tell. And take the skinny end here. And I'm just going to do over the darker places, make a little, like a shadow there around the edges. And so yeah, it's not a very big place to color. And then of course I'm going to do the legs and the feet with it too. All right, oh, and then I'm going to also use it on the hat, so I'm going to put it right in the middle there. Okay, then I'm going to take my light one. And the way I color it is, I go from the dark to the light. You just want to kind of drag it over. Just go right on the edges of it and kind of drag it over. And then it blends so well, and you really can't tell where the blending is. You know, like I said, this is so small, you really can't tell it anyway, but just so you get the idea. Let's see, I want his beak to be, I think I'm going to use a little bit of orange here. This is actually Cajun Craze, and I'm just going to put his beak a little bit there so you can see it. All right, now for his hat, I want to go ahead and I want to use the light Bermuda Bay, and I'm just going to take the skinny end here and color this here and the little pom-pom. Okay. And then for the shell, I have got the Ivory Stampin' Blend, and it works really well for skin tone. To me, it's a little bit dark for the egg, but I actually just wanted to use it, so it's fine. I'm not going to bother with the shading and anything, because again, this is so small. I'm just going to go around it like this. You want to color lightly, because you don't want to ruin the tips of your markers either. Now, if I kept going over this and over this, it would get a lot darker. But I just did it one time, and I went really lightly on it. Okay, so now we got this done, and we want to go ahead and we're going to adhere it to this piece. And I hope I'm not going too fast. You can stop this, and you can pause it whenever you're looking at it again, and you'll be able to do this. And I'm also going to put the directions on my blog tonight, so you'll also be able to get the measurements there. I got to figure out how to do this to YouTube. I did one a long time ago, but now, dang it, stop doing it so hard. But now I'm, there we go. I kind of forgot. So I'm going to have to go back and try to figure it out. I've been so nervous about doing videos. I don't know why, because I can get in front of a crowd of 100 people and get up and talk. I don't know why. I just don't want to be on video. That's why you're not seeing my face right now. I'll get there. Okay, since I got stamping on this side, I always like to turn it over and burnish it, because just in case the ink is still a little bit wet, you don't want to smear it. So I'm going to go ahead and burnish it on that side. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to put it in the middle here, and we'll be finished. I'll use the seal again. It's really not this much trouble. It's me. I just have not learned how to use it well yet, because I don't use it. I use my Tombow liquid glue. I like it because you can really have you know, like a minute or so to move things around and make sure they're straight. Okay, see, I'm trying not to do it hard, and it doesn't break if you don't do it hard. Okay, so I'm going to take my card. We're going to line it up there. Let's see, equal on the top. Yeah, looks like it. On the sides, the bottom. All right, and again, because it has ink on here, I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to burnish it down on this side. Okay, and if you have your made by stamp, you can just put it back here, let people know who made it. And there you go. Now, you could also, like I said, you can put dimensionals on this and raise it a little bit. I just didn't do it because I'm going to mail it, and I didn't want to have to pay the extra postage. But I am going to go ahead and put some rhinestones on there. So, got my take your pick tool here, which I love. I'm going to put medium size there. And I'm going to put a smaller one up here. And you want to kind of keep them in a triangle, because it's supposed to be pleasing to the eye, and you always want to do it in, get a piece of glue there. You always want to do it in odd numbers. I'm going to take another medium size, and I'm just going to place it right down here. Then I just, like I said, love my bone folder. Okay, I'll smash these down to make sure they don't come off. And there we go. Another card done. There's the first one and the second one. I belong to a card club, and I send birthday cards every month. There's a list of people whose birthday it is, and I just send them a card. So like I said, I don't want to be too difficult, and I don't want it to be too big, because then you have to pay extra postage. Okay, that's it for now. If you have any questions, let me know. If you need the measurements or the directions, you want to print it out, go to my blog, and they will be on there also. www.classycutupscreations.com. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.